PropChat, ultimate insights of trading with Sabio.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to PropChat, the podcast where I interview real Sabio traders to get your questions answered. Today's guest is a trader with 3 years of experience, and he's currently trading with a prop account at Sabio Trade. He's deeply focused on trading psychology, and he's got a lot to say about the mental game behind the charts. He's 61, he has a degree in biology, he's a former CEO of a huge pharmaceutical company. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Bart D. Reader. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me.
Great. All right. So before we skip to my questions, let's play a quick warm-up game, which I call Gut Check. I'm going to throw out a bunch of, trading-related words, phrases, or situations, and you just say the first thing that pops into your head when you hear it. No explanation needed, no thinking, just gut reaction. So if you're ready, we can start.
Okay, I do my best.
All right. So let's try. The first phrase, the first word, let it be drawdown.
Too small.
All right. The second one, prop firm challenge.
Chance.
All right. Another one, over trading.
Tired.
All right. The next one is, fear of missing out. FOMO.
Try to avoid.
Okay. Social media signals.
Noise.
Okay. Quote unquote, the trend is your friend.
Go with the flow.
All right. Trade journaling.
Reading between the lines.
That's good. Trading psychology.
Know yourself.
All right. Market noise.
Telegram.
Okay. Quick entry.
Not my thing.
Let's try losing streak.
Wait for a better chance.
All right. Trading mentor.
Gentle teacher.
Another one. Account breach.
Second chance.
All right, that's wise. Scalping.
Exciting.
End of week trades.
Bad idea.
All right. Let's try trading after a win.
Can cause addiction.
Okay. And the final one, passing a challenge.
Proud.
All right. Let's move on to our main part, to our main interview. So tell me about your first encounter with the markets. What pulled you in?
Let me say my first encounter with the digital currency was in 2009, I believe. My banker at that time on the company, he told me about the start of Bitcoin, and he thought it was the start and the future in modern banking. I didn't believe him at that time. And I wish I had, but
yeah, we all wished.
And at let's say 6 months ago, I saw some ads regarding forex trading, and it caught my interest because I was looking for extra income. And so I started my first steps. I had a small Bybit account,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't recall my first trade, but uh, I do remember I was afraid to act
Sure.
because you only have a small amount as a margin, so
Mm-hmm.
you have to care about that, and then you do some small trades, and
Mm-hmm.
you €10, €15, and then you think, okay, that's easy, let's try, let's do a bit more, and then you lose 100 and 150.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one. That was one. How did it come? But that were my first steps,
Mm-hmm.
and then start looking to better possibilities and with bigger amounts and things like
I see that most people they obsess over indicators, over systems, but you, sir, have always focused on psychology. Why?
that. I I I wanted to control myself
Mm-hmm.
just because the first trades, um, the indicators, strategies are important,
Mm-hmm.
but like the name said, it are indicators. You cannot rely on them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they can show you a trend, but you need other information beside that, and you can have the best indicators you want, but at the end, it's you who have to make the trade.
Mm-hmm.
You have to act without uh, fear of losing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they change every second, the indicator. So it's a great help
Mm-hmm.
be on the Sabio dashboard
Mm-hmm.
when you work in pairs. Um, but they change all the time. So
Sure.
you have to. I think I've been reading in. I took some lessons regarding how can I see a possible reversal. How do I make up my support
Mm-hmm.
zone and yeah, these things are also important, and then you can work between the two zones, and when you go down the support zone, then you have to see to the next one
Mm-hmm.
uh, and ask yourself, do I hold on or take my loss and start all over before the next
Mm-hmm.
support zone? Yeah, it's it's a mental game.
Yeah. Hey, you're in luck because spring is the best season at Sabio. If you're new to Sabio, buy your first tariff before April 30 and get a unique promo code for 30% of your next purchase. If you already have an account with us, upgrade to the Prime tariff and receive a Pro 3 subscription absolutely free. It's the best offer of the month. Don't miss your chance. It seems like patience is very important. But in your opinion, can it be taught? I mean, can patience be taught?
Patience, I think patience cannot be taught, but when you have the right mentor and
Mm-hmm.
you have the right people you can talk to, they can help you
Mm-hmm.
and let you understand that it's better to make your plan,
Mm-hmm.
to decide what you want to do, and then stick on it. So
Mm-hmm.
the price come to you. Not don't chase, because in a whole day it can be totally different. And when you see the trend is, for example, all the time is going up, and you
Mm-hmm.
had another plan, so change your plan, and but keep the main strategy.
That's fair. So how has having a Sabio prop account actually shaped your discipline or your mindset? I mean, more pressure or more freedom?
I the proper account with Sabio certainly give me more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
The way I see it, it's affordable. You can take another chance when you breach your account,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you can test some strategies. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can take a risk, but you have to maybe you need a new account but when you do the same thing that you want to train yourself,
Mm-hmm.
even with taking the risk with your own money, then it's harder to follow your own strategy
Mm-hmm.
and you take lessons. You breach your account, okay, no problem. Take another
Mm-hmm.
one and remember your what your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think in that way for me it's certainly more freedom.
All right, sir. May I ask you what's one good and one bad thing about trading that actually surprised you in your journey?
And my journey on Sabio, or
Both. Let's say both.
one of the things was that on MT5, uh, I was quicker to react for scalping, for example,
Mm-hmm.
because you have the possibility to one click buy, one click sell,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can always put your stop loss, but then you can indicate your stop loss and things like that. On Sabio, you have to be more. You think it more over
Mm-hmm.
because you have no possibility to do one click or one buy. So that's. But the good thing is that first of all you learn to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing about it. So
Yeah.
and okay, I am convinced we can if we once you have enough control
Mm-hmm.
over your own actions, then you can make a good profit on it. So
Mm-hmm. I know that you, sir, have spent a lot of time thinking about market noise. So, how do you define it, and what impact does it have on traders' performance, in your opinion?
the last month it's like
Mm-hmm.
a tsunami of information. So your brain cannot uh, get all of them, and uh, when you start when you are interested in trading and
Mm-hmm.
forex, and you start uh, searching on the internet for information, within a day you have a lot of information through TikTok, mail,
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and it's numbers. And on the start, you try to rely on everything you see and hear,
Mm-hmm.
but then you find out there are 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts who use the same system, who use the same numbers, who use the same directions, who
Mm-hmm.
use the same expressions. Uh, they don't hide. That's one in the same group, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I have been taking quite some time for finding the signals or messages
Mm-hmm.
on Telegram, WhatsApp, or whatever that are reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And reliable, I mean that when you take for a day, let's say 3 groups, and then you write down what they tell you to do. You don't have to do it; just follow it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I write it down the results also. Um, and after a while, you can see who is percentage of 70, 75, 80% correct. And it don't take much time to see a lot of copycats. So, and you're always right, because when you take a stop loss 3 times higher than your profit, okay, then it's too difficult. At one time that day it will be there, But, it's important to filter a lot of things, and so you can work on 5-6 groups that are reliable.
Sure, but can you recall specific cases when market noise was really strong and caused you to react really emotional?
Yes, I recall one gold trade. I had my information from the news. I had the technical analysis. I had made up my support and resistance zone. I had, I was certain it would go down, so I went bearish on it. And in the beginning, it went up, and at a certain moment, I saw 2 or 3 messages that were talking about a new all-time high. So shit, what am I gonna do? Are you gonna wait to my stop loss or what? Because those were groups with a high percentage of results. So I took my loss, and a few seconds after that, it went down like a waterfall, So that was a shit. But yeah, that was a reaction based on the information that I got on that second. Yeah.
All right. In your opinion, sir, what's the right way for traders to filter out this noise? I mean, where's actually this line between being informed and being overloaded with information? And how do you disconnect or detox when your brain gets overloaded?
There are days that I start early. Then I try to follow what's happening in the Asian market. In the meantime, I read some news from the Sabio dashboard, from other channels I use on the internet. And then you look to the zones on the chart, and then you make your own plan. All that before you start, because you need that information. The filtering for me was mostly social media. So that I explained like you a few minutes ago. You can follow 30 or 50 groups.
Yeah.
Make sure you have some 2, 3, 4 groups you really can follow. But even so, you have to make sure that you take time between gathering information, making up your plan, and making the trade effective. So go outside, smoke a cigarette, have 10 minutes, do something in your house, whatever, and then you can concentrate again.
But do you personally, do you ever fully detox yourself from trading? I mean, for long stretches of time.
Yes. On Monday I'll start early. So in the afternoon, I go training for the bumper pool. I do with some
Mm-hmm.
friends. Um, in the midweek also, I try to stop at 4 o'clock on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go training, and on Friday I have the competition. So by noon on Friday is the end. So and then luckily we have the weekends.
That's great. So, but how does the dopamine trap mess with your trading process? And what are the signs uh, that you actually stuck in it? I mean, how do you get out of it eventually?
For the dopamine, I drink a lot of coffee, so I'm used to some. Um, but I see it like this: when you have some winning strike, and then um, you get the boost.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay, one more time. You feel confident about it. um, I feel it like a sort of an addiction at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I have to learn myself not to act then. It's also important after you're gathering the information, you take some time for yourself. 2, 3 wins, stop it. Enjoy your win and
Mm-hmm.
take some time. Uh, uh, that's all for the moment. That's all that I can say about that because I know when you try to go more and more and more, at the end you lose.
Mm-hmm. I see.
So
But how do you handle self doubt in the middle of a bad streak, especially in prop trading where there's always pressure to perform?
I recall in the beginning I was when you have a trade that doesn't go your way like you want. Um, you take some loss, and then I tried like I call it a revenge trade.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, now and for now, I make my plan. I try to stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, calculate your stop loss, but stick on your plan. And okay, there are moments of some doubt now and then, but don't act on that doubt
Sure.
because 2 3 seconds after that it can be correct like your plan. So try to avoid it.
Sure. And the final question, sir. If someone who's watching us right now is thinking is thinking of going prop, what would you tell them they need to get right mentally before they even try?
First of all, don't take it as a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Uh, um, it's not a game.
Sure.
It's no gambling game. It's no casino. But before they try, I think I wouldn't say much because you can explain to somebody or try to explain to somebody what you are doing and what the dangers on it, but they ain't gonna listen. So I would say try it,
Mm.
right? And then after a week, few days, then you can talk about it, and then because on that moment you have already experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and then talk about it. Um, I keep saying make a plan and stick to it. It's don't start with a large margin.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you always have a second chance. The prices uh, for an account at Sabio, I think I have seen now there's even a 25% discount on it. So it's affordable. you don't lose much. Even if you breach your account, you don't lose much. And that's important on that freedom, that this certainty is important with certainly with Sabio. So
That's fair. Seems like that's it, sir. And we'd like to thank you for your time and for your wisdom that you shared with us tonight. That was very deep and very thoughtful. We're also wishing you success on your trading journey here at Sabio. Thank you, sir, and have a good evening. Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
PropChat. Ultimate insights of trading with Sabio.
And that's it for today. If you found this episode helpful, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a fellow trader who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching. And by the way, it's a great day for trading. Just think about it. See you very soon.